Hey, Browns fans! We have an exciting Week 13 matchup against the Denver Broncos, and there's a lot to analyze as the team prepares to head west. Let's dive into what you need to know about this Monday Night Football matchup. Before we get started with today's big update, be sure to like this video and subscribe so you never miss the latest Browns news. The Browns are coming off a thrilling 24-19 win over the Steelers in snowy Cleveland, and that win brought some much-needed energy to the team. Snow angels on the field, a cheering crowd. It was a reminder of what this team can do when things go right. But now the focus shifts to a tough road game in Denver, a place that hasn't been kind to us in the past. Last year, the Broncos dominated us 29-12, and the Browns know they'll need to be at their best to avoid a repeat performance. Head coach Kevin Stefanski emphasized how challenging it is to play at Empower Field at Mile High Stadium. The elevation, 5,280 feet above sea level, makes it one of the toughest places to compete in the NFL. It's not just the altitude. The Broncos are on a 2-game winning streak and are 3-2 at home this season. Rookie QB Bo Nix has found his groove in Sean Payton's offensive system, and his defense has been one of the stingiest in the league. Linebacker Jordan Hicks said it best: when you're playing at that altitude, it's not just about being physically prepared, it's about being mentally tough. Long drives are going to test you, so as a defense, we have to get off the field quickly. Hicks has been a leader for the Browns all season, and his awareness underscores how disciplined the team will need to be on Monday night. Let's talk about Bo Nix. The Broncos' rookie quarterback has struggled early in the season, throwing 4 interceptions and averaging just 165 passing yards per game in his first 4 starts. But he's since turned the corner, averaging 236 yards per game and guiding Denver to a 7-5 record. Stefanski praised Nix's poise, saying, "He's a good young player who played a lot of college football. You see that experience in the way he makes smart decisions with the ball." And Nix's experience is no joke. He holds the NCAA record for most career starts in college football with 54, playing at Auburn and then Oregon. That kind of background gives him an edge even as a rookie, and it's clear he's thriving under Sean Payton's guidance. But it's not just about their offense. The Broncos have one of the league's best defenses in points allowed and have played great complementary football. Hicks knows the team will need to be sharp. They're going to test us in the run game and force us to play solid football. Bo Nix is dynamic. He can escape pressure, make every pass, and challenge us at every level. So how do the Browns stack up? While the team has struggled on the road this season, their only road win came against Jacksonville in Week 2. If they want to earn their second road win and their first back-to-back wins of the season, they'll need to replicate the intensity and focus they showed against Pittsburgh. This matchup is critical. The Broncos are fighting for playoff positioning, and the Browns are playing to keep their season alive. With players like Hicks leading the charge on defense and the offense finding its footing, there's still hope for Cleveland to turn things around. Now, Browns fans, it's your turn. Do you think the Browns can keep their momentum going and defeat the Broncos in Denver? What do you think of Bo Nix? Do you see him as a major threat to our defense? And what's your prediction for Monday night? Let us know in the comments below. Now let's talk about one Thornhill and the infamous play in New Orleans that got a lot of people talking. Thornhill faced a lot of criticism after a costly moment during Week 11, but he's making it clear that it won't happen again. Let's break it down. If you've been on Browns Twitter, or Browns X, as it's now called, you know exactly what we're talking about. In Week 11 against the Saints, with the Browns trailing, Thornhill found himself chasing wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling down the sideline after a 71-yard touchdown reception. But Thornhill's effort seemed questionable. Fans took notice, and social media didn't hold back, calling out Thornhill for not giving his all to stop the play. One Thornhill, a player known for his pride and effort, didn't shy away from the criticism. "I had no choice but to listen, to be honest," he said. "If you have social media, you'll see it. But I definitely heard it." That play stood out, not just because of the social media buzz, but because of how it unfolded. Thornhill was chasing on the opposite side of the field, and as Valdes-Scantling raced down the sideline, it appeared Thornhill wasn't closing the gap fast enough. Thornhill acknowledged the mistake, but also clarified that it wasn't a reflection of his typical play. "That wasn't me," he said. "I never give up on plays. The veteran safety also explained that he was well aware of Valdez-Scantling's speed. "I knew his speed, to be honest," Thornhill said. "He caught it, he got away, and I was like, there's no way I can catch this guy." However, Thornhill realized too late that he could have made the tackle closer to the goal line if he had given it his all earlier. "That's not going to happen again," Thornhill added, making it clear that he learned from that moment. Of course, it wasn't just social media that noticed. The Browns coaching staff also addressed Thornhill's lack of effort on the play. "We talked about it," Thornhill said. "They said I need to give more effort on that play, and I know it, they know it, everybody knows that I need to give more effort." Thornhill owned up to it, recognizing that it was a rare mistake for him, and he's ready to bounce back. And that's exactly what he did. Thornhill responded with an outstanding performance against the Pittsburgh Steelers, living up to his promise of doing better. He posted an Instagram story earlier in the week, sharing a clip of Tom Hanks running in Forrest Gump, "Caption me Thursday," and Thornhill was certainly running at full speed. He finished the game with 7 tackles, his most since week 1, and earned praise from head coach Kevin Stefanski. "One in particular I thought was good," Stefanski said. "I thought all the safeties played well, tackled well." Thornhill's role on the defense has been evolving throughout the season. After playing nearly every snap last year, injuries have forced a bit of a shift this year. After returning from a calf injury, Thornhill has been splitting time with second-year safety Ronnie Hickman. In New Orleans, Hickman played 28 snaps to Thornhill's 23, and they continued to share duties against the Steelers as well. Thornhill was understanding of the decision, praising Hickman's playmaking ability and his deserving role on the field. "Ronnie earned the opportunity to be on the field," Thornhill said. "He's a really good player. He makes a lot of plays, so when they came down to me and told me that they wanted to see Ronnie play a little bit more, I understand." Thornhill knows that competition only makes the team stronger, and he's fully supportive of his teammates. The Browns signed Thornhill to a 3-year, $21 million deal in 2023, hoping his experience and championship pedigree from his time with the Chiefs would help bolster the team's defense. But so far, he hasn't been able to replicate his production from Kansas City. In his 2 years with the Browns, Thornhill has just 2 passes defensed and no interceptions, far below his numbers with the Chiefs, where he had 8 interceptions and 20 passes defensed over 5 seasons. But Thornhill isn't giving up on making an impact. He acknowledged the frustration of not having those interception opportunities, but knows that chasing plays and forcing things only leads to mistakes. "Everybody wants to get an interception," he said. "But you can't start doing extra things, like going chasing plays. When you chase plays, that's when bad things happen." Thornhill understands that, as the last line of defense, he'll often be the one blamed when things go wrong, but he's learned to take the heat. "If I don't make the tackle, it's similar to the quarterback," he said. "A lot of people are going to point fingers at you, but it's fine. I'm able to take the heat, and I'm cool with that. But that doesn't mean it doesn't sting when criticism hits home." "It definitely hurt," Thornhill admitted. "When you're a competitor, a guy that takes pride in his effort, and then someone calls you out on the play, meaning you didn't give enough effort, it hurts. It stings, for sure. So, Browns fans, what do you think? Are you willing to put that infamous play in New Orleans behind you? Do you think Thornhill will continue to step up for this defense, or is the pressure mounting as the season goes on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. Before you go, remember to like this video and subscribe for more Browns content. As always, let's stay behind our team and finish the season strong. Go Browns!